So here's an article that I just stumbled across, and it's very interesting how it looks like not only the U.S. but China also has a trick card up their sleeve, or what might appear to be a trick card up their sleeve, with the threat of limiting rare earth metals that are a necessity for all the consumption-based items that we buy here in this country. It's primarily electrical goods and whatnot, and could impact a lot of popular companies that a lot of people depend upon as part of their investment portfolios, such as iPhones and Tesla and things of that nature. And so here's an article here that was just updated a couple hours ago, but it says, "Don't say we didn't warn you. A phrase from China signals of trade war could get even worse." And so according to this article here, some of the key points are at the very top, which I'll list it down below. But according to this article here, the phrase they're referring to, "Don't say we didn't warn you," they've only mentioned it twice in their more modern days, and each time that it was referenced, the follow-up to that was not pretty. And so just to give an idea what's going on here, it says the phrase "don't say we didn't warn you" was only used two other times in history by the People's Daily. In 1962, before China's border war with India, and ahead of 1971 China-Vietnam War. So when that statement was made before, it resulted in two wars. So depending on how the U.S. takes this particular statement, or whatever else behind the scenes we're not being told, of course, we'll see how President Trump responds. So I anticipate some type of tweet coming out any minute now if it hasn't happened already. But it says China threatened it would cut off rare earth minerals as a countermeasure in the escalated trade battle, and the materials are crucial to the production of iPhones, electric vehicles, and advanced precision weapons. So here's a picture of President Xi here. As you thumb through here, it gives you an idea what's going on. But as of today, the biggest Chinese newspaper reported on this, which I think is very informative, as well as something worthy of keeping an eye on, just because, once again, we're in the midst of a trade war with a lot of talk about currency manipulation or not. And so it looks like this whole China-U.S. situation is something that I'm imagining every government on this planet is keeping an eye on, because it all has to do with the next economic power, which clearly China, over the last decade plus, have been positioning themselves as a major player to probably take over the next monetary system, or to be one of the main issuers of some of the rules that would apply towards the next way of life on this planet. So that being the case, here's a quote here. It says, "We advise the U.S. side not to underestimate the Chinese side's ability to safeguard its development rights and interests." So once again, in the past, everything the U.S. does, or everything it tells the mainstream media, when it intervenes in foreign affairs, it says that we're looking out for our best interests. What's the best interest for the United States and America and its people? So it looks like China, is coming out with their own statement saying that they have the ability to safeguard their interest. And so what those interests are, we will see. But I'd imagine it has a lot to do with their internal workings and the situations they're having, as well as their desire to continue to push and spread their role around this planet as a major player, whether it be through trade, especially in the monetary system, and more importantly, with what's happening on the continent of Africa, as they themselves are investing heavily in a lot of those sold off treasuries that they've been selling for the last several months at a higher rate. They're selling those things, accumulating gold, as well as and reinvesting those things in the infrastructure in a lot of countries on the continent of Africa, as well as the promoting of the One Belt, One Road initiative, which, in my opinion, will be the next trade gateway that the world will recognize as a leading player on this planet. But scroll down some more. It says, the phrase "don't say we didn't warn you" was only used two times, so that's something to keep an eye on. But at the end of the day, will rare earth metals become a counter weapon for China to hit back against the pressure the United States has put on for no reason at all, according to the people here? So according to this whole retaliation aspect, we'll see how this statement that's made, how we respond upon it, and more importantly, what will be the countermeasure? Because once again, we have a position where current administration never likes to be shown up or showed out on. And so it's good to say that he will respond some way, and we'll see how it plays out. But according to prior lessons, in 1962 and 1979, when our statement was made, the follow-up was war. So we'll see if perhaps this could be that trigger statement that could lead the response here to be not very favorable for there not being some type of escalation in war. But time will tell. But more importantly, there's more information down here if you guys are interested in reading for yourself. But the trade war continues on, and it might just have been escalated with this statement here. Because once again, we'll see how President Trump responds and whether or not this further alongs the whole war drum aspect of where things tend to end up going anyway. So other than that, we'd love to hear what you think about this matter. Is this something to pay attention to, or just another statement being made by another foreign government, regardless of the prior trends, is nothing worthy of paying attention to? Interested to find out what you think. Leave a comment down below, and definitely let me know if you guys hear anything as far as a follow-up on this via comment section on the video here, or connect with me via live stream. So other than that, see you guys later.